fuera.
Sorry?
Aquí no puedes estar, tienes que ponerte fuera.
Afuera.
Sí.
Sí, no te preocupes.
Vale, gracias.
Vale. So behind me is the Hard Rock Hotel in Tenerife, and on this side is the water fountain. Now, I remember being here some 10 years ago, and we were sitting in the restaurants just up there on the left-hand side, and I was about 14, 15, and I remember there was a shop and they were selling Prada shoes, and I had about 500 to 600 euros in the account, and I was saving up for these shoes, and the conversation at the time was, well, do you really want them? And I was like, hell yeah. So I remember buying these shoes, right, and they stayed with me for a very long time. I wore them with so much pride in this square. Months later even, we were in a drama rehearsal, and Bryony, who was a friend of mine, she came over and she said, Brad, she says, are you wearing Prada shoes? And I says, yeah. And she says, oh. I says, yeah. And this is where we got them from. It's a pleasure to be back here this afternoon. So today we've spent the whole of the day on the beach in 26 degree heat. Why am I in a red coat? Because it is fucking freezing, quite frankly. The temperatures have plummeted. I am freezing, right? I am red. I have been in the sun all day, and now it is cold, so I've put this coat on. It is hard to imagine our weekend breakfast show coming out to the Canary Islands. This is where it broadcast. It wasn't Tenerife per se, it was Lanzarote and Fuerteventura, which are the neighbouring islands, while the show was recorded from studios in Staffordshire. But nevertheless, it's a similar island. I've seen all I need to see of Tenerife. It was lovely to come back here. What are you doing on your day off? What do you want to do? You're bored? Let's go to the Canary Islands, and that's exactly what we've done. So with a botched job of the tripod and an outstretched left hand, we've had some good times. We're very grateful, to be honest with you, because the best bar, I'll tell you this now, is at 38,000 feet. You will not get a better bar than at 38,000 feet, because you can see Europe from high altitude. It is it's a rarefied atmosphere. You can't get that anywhere else, and what we experienced on the flight this week was phenomenal. Very grateful for it. Very few people will be able to feel what we felt, looking back at the friends, the colleagues, the family and everything else. It's a wonderful thing. And earlier on this morning we were listening back to one of our old radio tapes, and the memories flooded back in, colleagues, friends, family. It was extraordinary. But you juxtapose that with the life on the coast, which we've been in for the last 24 hours, chatting to a really cool guy from one of the fast food restaurants. And he was a young lad, and he works here and he lives here. And I said to him, I says, listen bro, I says, of a weekend, right, you're probably up in the mountains on your quad bike, on your mopeds, with your friends, with your girlfriend, whatever, and life must be absolutely phenomenal. And he shrugged his shoulders and was like, oh yeah, because it's a case of grass is always greener, right? But looking at the landscape, looking at Tenerife, looking at the lifestyle here, it's absolutely phenomenal. And you look at how the other half live, and I'm looking at the other half, as in this lad I'm talking about right now. What are you doing when you're not working? Oh, we're taking the mopeds, we're taking the quads out up the mountains, and we're going to have a fucking good time. Island life. Beautiful. And it does evoke feelings of somewhat sadness, because who wouldn't want to be on a quad bike right now with friends, with girlfriends, with a big group of people going up the mountains after work? it is what it is, but who wants to work in a fast food restaurant? So, yeah, there we go. Now if I just turn around one more time, there is the Hard Rock Cafe, the Hard Rock Hotel Cafe, whatever. And this is where we were 10 years ago, so it's, yeah, really nice to be back.